Here's something nobody told you about the JBL Tour Pro 2. The most talked about feature isn't even the earbuds, it's the case, a charging case with a working touchscreen. And somehow, that one weird decision changes everything about how you feel about these earbuds, for better or worse. So here's the short version for those of you in a hurry. The JBL Tour Pro 2 earns a solid 4.1 out of 5. The sound is genuinely good, the ANC handles everyday noise well, battery life is excellent, and yes, the smart case actually works. It is not a gimmick. Well, it's a little bit of a gimmick, but it's a functional, occasionally useful one. If you want a premium pair of true wireless earbuds that do something different and do most things well, these are worth serious consideration. Now let's get into the details. Opening the box, the first thing you notice is how premium the whole presentation feels. JBL hasn't cut corners here. You get the earbuds themselves, the smart charging case, a USB-C charging cable, and 3 sizes of ear tips so you can get a proper fit. The documentation is minimal, which is fine because honestly, the case kind of explains itself. The earbuds have a clean, glossy stem design that sits comfortably in the ear without sticking out aggressively. They feel solid without being heavy. But then there's the case. It's bigger than your average earbud case, noticeably so, because it has to accommodate that touchscreen on the front. The screen is small, roughly the size of a postage stamp, but it's bright, responsive, and genuinely readable. First impression? It feels like JBL wanted to make a statement, and they absolutely succeeded. Whether you're standing in line at a coffee shop or pulling these out in a meeting, people will notice. Guaranteed. Let's talk specs, and let's keep this useful rather than just rattling off numbers. First, battery life. The earbuds give you up to 10 hours of playback with ANC switched off, dropping to around 8 hours with ANC running. The smart case adds enough charge to bring total battery life up to roughly 40 hours. That's a full work week of commuting without touching a charger. Genuinely impressive. Second, the driver setup. JBL uses a 10mm dynamic driver tuned for their signature sound profile. More on that in a moment. Third, the ANC. There are adaptive noise canceling modes, and it works through a combination of internal and external microphones reading your environment. Fourth, connectivity. You're getting Bluetooth 5.3, which means stable connections and low latency for video. Fifth, the microphone array, 6 microphones total, 3 per earbud, handling call quality and ANC processing. Sixth, and the headliner, the smart case display. You can control EQ settings, switch between ANC modes, manage connected devices, and adjust volume directly from the case touchscreen without ever touching your phone. That last spec sounds like marketing fluff until you're on a train with gloves on and you realize you don't need to unlock your phone to turn the noise canceling up. Day to day, the JBL Tour Pro 2 earbuds are reliable and comfortable. The fit is secure enough for commuting and light movement, though dedicated workout earbuds these are not. They lack an IP68 rating, sitting at IPX5, which means splashes and sweat are fine, but swimming is off the table. Sound quality lands in a satisfying place. JBL leans into a slightly warm bass-forward signature, which works brilliantly for pop, hip-hop, and anything with a strong low end. If you prefer a completely flat reference-style sound, you'll want to spend time in the EQ settings, which conveniently you can access right from the case. Classical and acoustic music sounds detailed and spacious, though the Sony WF-1000XM5 does have a slight edge in pure audio resolution. The ANC performs well in real-world conditions. Office hum, traffic noise, and the low rumble of public transport all get handled effectively. It won't completely erase a crying toddler next to you on a plane, but it takes the edge off considerably. Transparency mode is natural and doesn't have that hollow, processed quality you get from cheaper earbuds. Call quality is decent, voices come through clearly on both ends, and background noise suppression keeps things professional even in noisier environments. 3 genuine strengths worth talking about. First, the smart case is more useful than it has any right to be. The touchscreen genuinely earns its place. Being able to switch between ANC modes, check battery levels for both earbuds individually, and tweak the EQ without pulling out your phone is the kind of small convenience that adds up over weeks of daily use. It feels like a feature designed by someone who actually uses earbuds, not just someone in a boardroom trying to win a spec sheet war. Second, battery life is exceptional at this tier. 40 hours total is a number that competes with the best in class, and getting 8 to 10 hours from the earbuds alone means most people will only charge these a couple of times a week. That matters when you're always running out the door. Third, the overall package feels cohesive and polished. The JBL Headphones app is clean and responsive, the earbuds pair quickly and stay connected reliably, and the whole experience from unboxing through daily use feels considered. JBL didn't just bolt a touchscreen onto a mediocre product. The earbuds themselves are genuinely good. which makes the case feel like a bonus rather than a distraction from something underwhelming underneath. Let's be honest about the trade-offs, because there are a few real ones. First, the case size. Because of the touchscreen, this case is bulky. It does not slip neatly into a jeans pocket the way smaller cases do. If you're someone who pockets their case constantly throughout the day, that bulk becomes a recurring minor annoyance. It's a real design trade-off JBL made, and depending on your habits, it might be a bigger deal than it sounds. Second, the ANC ceiling. While the noise cancellation is effective for everyday use, it doesn't reach the benchmark set by Sony's WF-1000XM5 or the Bose Quiet Comfort Earbuds 2 in truly loud environments. Long-haul flights or very loud open offices might leave you wishing for just a bit more suppression. It's not bad, it's just not class-leading, and at this price point, that comparison is fair to make. Third, the smart case screen does attract fingerprints aggressively. After a day of use, that glossy display looks like a toddler has been handling it. There's no oleophobic coating doing any heavy lifting here, so if you're the type who wipes down your devices constantly, budget some extra effort for the case. Small thing, but daily annoying. Real buyer feedback on these has been illuminating. One reviewer put it perfectly. "I bought these because of the case screen. I kept them because of the earbuds. Didn't expect that." Another noted, "My coworkers keep asking if my case is a tiny phone. I've started just saying yes." And then there's this gem from someone who clearly had a moment of honesty. 5 stars. "I told myself I was buying these for the sound quality. That's not true. I bought them because the case has a screen and I wanted to feel like I'm living in the future. Zero regrets." On the more practical side, buyers consistently highlight the battery life as a genuine standout and praise how stable the Bluetooth connection is across devices. A few users flag that the case's touchscreen can occasionally misregister a swipe as a tap, triggering the wrong function. It's not a deal breaker, but it's mentioned often enough to be worth flagging. Overall, the buyer sentiment is positive, with most people landing exactly where our review does, pleasantly surprised by a product that delivers more than the flashy headline feature suggests. So where does this all land? The JBL Tour Pro 2 is a genuinely strong pair of true wireless earbuds that happen to have a brilliant, slightly absurd party trick attached. Buy these if you want excellent battery life, solid ANC, good sound quality, and you love the idea of managing your earbuds without touching your phone. Buy these if you want to be the most interesting person at the airport. Skip them if you need the absolute best noise cancellation available, if case size is a real constraint for you, or if you want the most neutral, reference-accurate sound in this price range. This is a 4.1 out of 5, recommended with full awareness of its quirks. So that's our full breakdown of the JBL Tour Pro 2. Drop a comment below, worth it or skip it. I'd genuinely love to know where you land on the smart case situation, gimmick or genius. If this review saved you some time or some money, hit the like button, it genuinely helps. And subscribe for a new honest review every single week. See you in the next one.